This looks... Oh. Oh. It's night all the time here. Okay, well... Welcome back, everyone, to, probably the last episode of Betrayer. We're here in the Forbidden Wilds. I guess we'll just follow the trail. Except when we hear shiny things. What is that noise? It sounds like things like cracking and falling down. Oh, hello, Wraith. Okay, you're not on the actual path. Hello? I must report to the Lord Governor. I am Clement Wright. Oh, James Markley sent you after his daughter Allison. I remember seeing her flee into the woods. I wanted to go after her, but I was wounded. Ambush site. Broken arrow coated with dried blood. Engraved powder flask. Its contents have been ruined. Man who was killed with an Indian arrow. And, oh, an explode. Oh, what are you? A scrap of bright red cloth. Stuck to a tree by an Indian arrow. There's only one person I know that wears bright red cloth. Is this broken arrow the one that injured you? I remember my leg suddenly giving way. I didn't feel the pain till I was lying on the ground, staring at the shaft that had torn through my knee. I had to break it off to pull it out. I found this powder flask nearby. I remember Simon Holt pouring powder into the barrel of his musket, reloading as fast as he could. Then he went stiff and fell sideways, an arrow in his throat. And this scrap of cloth, Allison was fleeing into the woods. An arrow caught her cloak and pinned her to a tree. She yanked herself free and kept running. I wanted to go after her. I must tell the Lord Governor. Perhaps I can make it back to Fort Hope. So Allison was running deeper into the woods. Oh, I see something shining up there. Are you gonna pop out at me? No. Okay, good. So I wouldn't like you if you had. Is this another path? Let's follow the main path first. I was about to say, I haven't seen any enemies yet. Oh, hello, Shadow. You... Oh! Give me just a moment, Shadow. Oh, lots of shadows. Oh, boy. Oh, lots of shadows. Okay. Oh. I thought you looked different. So I can't actually talk to you, huh? Oh, it's one of them. Oh, second one? Oh no, he went into the ground. Okay. That's probably the thief. Hold on, I'm gonna... Where'd he go? Nope, not the thief. Journal updated. Journal updated with what? Okay. Impressive looking Indian headdress. Can I actually talk to any of you? Or... Oh. Well, I have the destination now. What do you have to say about this, John Howe? Nothing at all. Well, if none of you will talk to me, this is gonna be a very short, what's that? Oh, it's just a stump. I saw a chest over here. I thought, yeah. So none of you will talk to me? No, you're all transparent. Okay. Well, because I can always come back here later. Let's go talk to Clement again. See if he recognizes... Nope, that's it. Okay. Let's see, there was another path leading north. There. Oh! Okay. Oh. This doesn't lead anywhere. Well, are there any hints I can hear? Over this way. Okay. Don't scare me like that. Scare me better. I think what's most worrying is that... Oh. Give me my boat. Give me my boat. What's most worrying is that all of these trees are very obviously, like, dead. And all of their needles and branches... Where'd he go? Oh, he's over there. He's just being a baby. Okay. Okay, where was I going? Oh yeah, I was going towards that. Yeah, all of these trees are dead. And, or maybe they're burnt. Oh, that's a person. Oh. Stone arrowhead worn as a pendant. Hi, Tabitha. There is no heat from the fire. Yeah. Hi, Tabitha. Oh, that's awful. Okay, there's nothing else. Clement, can you tell me anything? I must report. I found a woman burning to the west. I know nothing of it. Well, since there's no one to talk to here, she said she'd be at Fort Hope. Maybe I have to go back to Fort Hope. Maybe I just have to tell her Tabitha's dead, and that's that. Hi, Allison. Something has happened. You reek of smoke, of scorched hair and charred flesh. I found a woman burning in a blighted forest far to the west. I remember. She was weeping smoke from empty eyes as the flames consumed her, her flesh blackening and cracking from the heat. Clement Wright said an arrow pinned your cloak to a tree as you fled into the woods. I remember him calling Simon's name as we crept through the forbidden wilds. I turned and saw 3 soldiers coming toward us, and knew my father had sent them to bring us back. I hissed at them to be silent, lest they reveal us to the Indians. But then Simon asked them why they were carrying Indian weapons. I realized they didn't come to bring us back. It was Clement's arrow that pinned my cloak to that tree. It was my arrow that wounded him. The others were all dead, so I left him there and went to find my sister. Oh. So her father sent men to kill her. Is that... Oh. Is this Tabitha's arrowhead pendant? She wore it always, so she was careful to keep it hidden. I found it near the burning woman. She wasn't burning when I found her. What happened? I remember staggering through the woods, faint from fear and grief, knowing she was near, for her sorrow called to me. I remember I stumbled and fell. I think I cried out, for the ground was strewn with dead birds. I looked around me and beheld the rotting carcasses of rabbits and deer and other beasts. And then I saw an Indian child and her mother clinging to each other in depth. Beyond them were more corpses, their flesh blackened, their eyes clouded, their faces twisted in fear. I forced myself to walk on despite my horror, picking my way among the dead. At last I saw a pillar ahead of me. Someone was bound to it. A woman, head lolled forward, her naked body stained with the blood that had spilled across her. I knew at once it was Tabitha. I stood before her, reeling from the ache of her despair and my own. I raised her face and saw that her throat had been cut open. I looked around at all the helpless creatures, beast and men, drawn by the ache of her suffering and then drowned by it. I could feel the darkness spreading out from her, feeding on the hope it swallowed up. I knew it would never stop, that it would only grow more ravenous. I wept for a long time, then I began to gather branches and pile them at the base of the pillar. I said a prayer and lit a fire, feeding the clothing that had been stripped from her into the flames. As the flames rose up and consumed her, my prayers became pleas. As her flesh blackened and cracked from the heat, and dark smoke streamed from her eyes, I begged her to find peace. I begged her to let go of her torment before it consumed us all. And then I felt her anguish become anger. The ache of betrayal became the shrieking of scorn and vengeance. The trees withered, and all that her fury touched turned to cinders. The dead things and the living were burned away, those who had hurt her, those who had abandoned her, those who had loved her, all except me. This arrowhead. This bloody arrow that wounded Clement. Why are you giving me this foul thing? To remind you of your courage. But you might have rinsed it first. This scrap of cloth from your cloak, in case you wanted to patch the tear. I already have, but it was thoughtful of you. This Indian headdress. I think you would look impressive wearing it. It would rest on my shoulders rather than my brow. So is that it? Like, I guess I'll go talk to Clement again, see if he has anything to say, and then I'll go talk to Tabitha again, see if she has anything to say. Clement, what's your take on all this? You attacked Allison Markley and Simon Holt. The Lord Governor said they must be killed with Indian weapons, that it must look like savages killed them. I remember Simon Holt pouring powder into the barrel of his musket, reloading as fast as he could. As I raised my bow and released, he went stiff and fell sideways, an arrow in his throat. I remember Allison fleeing into the woods when the fighting started. I loosed an arrow that caught her cloak and pinned her to a tree. She yanked herself free and kept running. I thought to run her down, but she was waiting just ahead. The shaft struck my knee and my leg buckled. I wanted to go after her, but I was wounded. An arrow from among the trees. That's it? Okay. I guess I'll see if Tabitha has anything more to say. Where was that pillar? Oh, burning site. Okay. It's odd that it's on my map, but I can't fast travel to it. Okay. Yeah. Or on my compass, and I can't fast travel to it, rather. Burning site. There it is. Tabitha? Oh. She doesn't have anything else to say. No, not that. I'm not sure. Okay, so what do I have left? Investigations. Allison and Tabitha are still up. Allison's twin sister. I guess let's try talking to Markley Sr., Mr. Markley. Maybe he'll have something to say about sending men to kill his daughter. Oh, yeah, okay. Clement Wright claims you sent him to kill Allison and Simon Holt. I knew at once they had gone into the Forbidden Wilds, even though I forbade it. I sent Clement Wright after them with 2 others to make sure they didn't return, for I feared what they might bring back with them. What did you fear they would bring back? The doom of our colony. Allison found Tabitha in the Forbidden Wilds. When Tabitha vanished, I rode into the woods to search for her. I found her on her way to their village. It did not take long to get the truth from her. She was tied naked to a post. I stripped away her clothing so that the swell of her belly might be clearly observed. A child sewed by a savage she gave herself to willingly. You cut her throat? Yes, so that the shame she brought upon me might be ended. I left her there so that the tribe would know we would sooner kill our women than let them be touched by savages, even our own daughters. What do you have to say about that, Allison? Your father sent Clement Wright to kill you and Simon. Why would my own father do such a thing? He claims he feared you would bring back the doom of the colony. Then perhaps he was right, perhaps I did. What if this is all my fault? Your father killed Tabitha. So much pain, so much fear. She was so desperate to live. She was pregnant. How can that be? She never told me. I suppose that's why she was crying. She didn't think I could understand, and so she ran away, knowing she couldn't stay here. That must be why Father couldn't just bring her home. He must have blamed Mother. He must have told himself that it was her fault that he had to kill Tabitha. What about Tabitha? I believe her torment is feeding off the fear and anguish of those who remain here. Freeing the race you have met may help to quell her wrath. Is there some way you can convince them to let go of that which keeps them here? You must try. If you choose to go to her without releasing them, I expect you will find it a harder task to reason with her. Oh, so now I have to... Now I have to go back to all of these people and convince them to let go from the world. Oh my. This one has already gone far too long. So, I guess next episode we'll look at, freeing people. We'll see how that works. I don't really have anything to say about this one. But, I guess... Don't blame other people. No, see, that's not a good one either. I'll finish it, though. Don't blame other people for what you've done.